Hello guys, in this topic I'll be telling you how do we set our stop loss and our take profit. Have you ever always encountered whenever we have an entry here, doesn't matter whether it's a buy or a sell, and it didn't touch our take profit but the price has gone the opposite directions? Yes, it happens to most of the traders. So it is very important that we must know how to identify where is our stop loss, where is our take profit area. So let's get started. So first of all, whenever we want to set our SL and TP, whenever we enter the trade, even before we enter the trade, we must always set our stop loss first because we can never see the future. So doesn't matter how strong the setup might be, okay, most important part is that we do know how to use the stop loss. It's always the stop loss first that we need to take into account before even we consider for our take profit. Okay guys, so the reason why we need to use stop loss is because we only trade with a limited capital. Okay, so to prevent us from losing all of our capital, it is to be safe to have a stop loss in all our trades. So where do we take profit? There are three areas that we can take profit. First is we can take profit at the next roadblock. If you are a scalpers, must always take profit at the first roadblock. Okay guys, why? Because we need to secure some of the profits. If in case you want to hold on a longer period or at a better position, then therefore you have to take some of the profit just to secure some of your capital. Second, we can take profit at the previous low or the previous high of the setup. And thirdly, we can take profit at the next danger zone. So mostly the next danger zone, if we're looking at a higher time frame, for example daily and above, then this would normally be an intraday setup or for swinger to hold position. So we have the first one roadblock, which is a scalper. Previous low or previous high normally is the intraday. So the next danger zone would normally be a swinger TP. So let's have a look at the example. So here is the SNRC1 sell setup. So how do we set our SN and TP? If we look here, this is the SOP for our SNRC1 sell setup. So first of all, we must always set the stop loss above the drop base drop. So we set our stop loss above here, okay, and our TP would be at the previous low of the SNRC1. So the previous low would be here, the support in this area, and we set the stop loss above our drop base drop area. Next, for the SNRC1 buy setup, something similar. So we will set the stop loss below the rally base rally. This is our entry point, below the rally base rally area here. And our take profit would be the previous high of the SNRC1 buy. Let's go to the SNRC2 sell. So for the SNRC2 sell, the setup for the SL, we need to put above the rally base drop. Okay, so we need to put 5 pips above the rally base drop, and our take profit would be the previous low of the SNRC2 sell. In this case is the previous support. So for the buy setup, our SL would be set below the drop base rally. So you can set 5 pips below this area. And our take profit would be the previous high of the SNRC2 setup, which is here, the previous resistance. Now, let's have a look at the QMR sell setup for the SL and TP. So for the QMR sell, our stop loss would normally put above the high of the QM. Now, in this case, if the stop loss it is above more than 30 pips, then you just have to monitor the price because more than 30 pips stop loss is considered very big stop loss. Okay guys, or else you can use the NORA entry to lower down your risk so that your stop loss doesn't have to go all the way up to 30 pips. Now for the take profit area, same goes. we will take the profit at the previous low of the QMR sell. Now let's have a look at the buy setup for the QMR. So in this case, the stop loss will be below the lower low of the QM, which is the head of the QM. So we will set a little bit lower than the lower low of the QM. However, as I said earlier, if the stop loss is more than 30 pips, then it's either you can monitor the price, or the best thing is to use the NORA entry for your setup, so that you will mitigate the risk and we have a much smaller risk but a higher reward. So the take profit will be at the previous high of the QMR buy in this area here, okay, which is the previous resistance. Next, for the QMC sell, similar like the QMR, so our stop loss will set above the higher high, which is a second drive in this case, and the take profit will be the previous low. Same goes with the QMC buy setup. The stop loss would set below the lower low, okay, which is the second drive of the QM head, and the take profit will be the previous high, which is this case is the previous resistance. You can take profit here as well, okay guys, since it's not much different, so you can take profit here as well. So the QM manipulation sell. So for the QM manipulation case, this is a little bit different. Remember guys, the QM manipulation that you entry must always come with a confirmation. Anything that doesn't have a confirmation, your QM manipulation will become very super high risk. In this case, we have a confirmation with the engulfing candle, and the setup is in the engulfing candle. So where is your stop loss? Stop loss will set above here, our entry point, which is the drop base drop in this case, and our take profit would be the previous low of the QMM sell. So same goes with the QMM buy. You must have a confirmation for